Hello, YouTube world. This is going to be a quick video on the NFL playoffs, specifically the Baltimore, Tennessee, the Ravens Titans game from last weekend. And if you knew nothing else about this, but you just watched the game, and I didn't see all of it, but I saw a good portion of the game, it really was a bizarre game, had a weird feel. To me, very, very much felt like a rigged game. Lamar Jackson, who's probably going to be the NFL MVP, he had 3 turnovers. I'm not certain of this, but I've got to think that was probably a season high in turnovers for him. And the Ravens went 0 for 2 on 4th and 1 in the game. Normally a very good team on 4th down. And I want to show you one play from the 3rd quarter of this game that really caught my eye. And I'm showing this. This is the NFL webpage on YouTube. I've had videos blocked before on YouTube. I don't want to have any more videos blocked. So this is literally the NFL's page on YouTube. Anyone can access it. I'm not reproducing anything. This is off the NFL's page. And what I want to look at here is a 4th and inches in the 3rd quarter. And you're going to see the score is 14-6. We're early in the 3rd quarter. So the first thing that should pop in your mind is, why in the world are you going for it on 4th down this early in the game? You got a chip shot field goal. You get the score to 14-9. You've got nearly an entire half still to play. It makes no sense. To me, you take the points here. It's a no-brainer. But anyhow, let's go to this 4th down play. And I'm just going to let it play in its entirety here. So really bizarre and goofy play that kind of defies logic. Lamar Jackson needlessly reverses field. And what I want to do is I want to slow this down and take another quick look at this. So this play, they say 4th and 1. That's 4th and inches. There we go. The bottom it says 4th and inches. You see here they've got, about a third of a yard. So truly 4th and inches. And I want to slow this down and take a better look at this. So we see here Lamar Jackson snaps the ball. Let me go see if I can get this. All right, let me just slow this down just a little more. So we see here Lamar Jackson has the ball, and he's got to make this line. And, you know, an athlete as great as Lamar Jackson, to me, I look at this, and I know I'm not out in the field, but to me it looks like he's got plenty of space here to the right of his guard, and a lot of space in here. The linebackers from Tennessee are still a couple yards off the line. To me, it looks, if he just runs through here, or even easier, if he just jumps over the pile, to me it looks like if he jumps over the pile here, he easily gets the 1st down. And if he just runs or literally dives right to the right of this offensive guard, he's going to easily pick up the 1st down. So his indecision here is kind of strange in stringing this play out wide. And let me see if I can get to the next point I wanted to make here. And so then even here, there we go. So, you know, I showed you a second ago that it looked like he could easily get that 1st down, either diving, jumping over the pile, or just running to the right of that guard. Now we see here, you know, he's very close to this 1st down line. This defender is occupied by this blocker, and it looks like all he has to do here is just simply dive, either jump, dive, or just run. It looks to me like this is a fairly easy play for Lamar Jackson to make. So just to to go through this one more time. So here we see he's got all this space. It looks like he can just jump or dive or continue running to the right of this right guard for first down. You know, and the same thing here. This is kind of a little bit of a different view. To me, it looks like if he just follows behind this lineman right here or dives in there, he picks up the first down easily. And even still here, before he reverses field, it looks like all he needs to really do is dive. This defender is occupied by the blocker. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make that play. It looks like he's got space in here. This is kind of a third time in the play where it looks like all he needs to do is just jump, run, or dive. But inexplicably, he completely changes his course and reverses field. It's just such a bizarre play because it's so unneeded. So this whole time, it looks like he can easily pick up a first down. Even right at the end here, it looks like he can easily squeeze through there and pick up a first down. I know I'm not on the field, but it just seems, you know, an athlete like Lamar Jackson, it just seems like such an easy play for such a great athlete to make. And then he reverses field and just, I don't know, to me it almost looks like he kind of gives up on the play. And you know, you ask yourself, well, why in the world would he do that? Well, if he's trying to throw the game. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying for sure that Lamar Jackson was trying to throw the game, but it just was a very bizarre play. And an athlete as great as Lamar Jackson, that just doesn't look anything like the player we've seen all year. Take note of it, too, also, when that play occurred, the Baltimore, the score was 14-6. They had 6 points on the board. So something else I want to point out is I saw this a few weeks ago. It really caught my eye. This was the weekend of November 10th, and Baltimore played the Bengals. And I noticed this just in the highlights. Lamar Jackson finished with 223 passing yards. And this stuck out to me because that number 223 is used in code all the time. So we know Skull and Bones, the order of 322, that number is associated with Skull and Bones. And oftentimes in code, Freemasons and Satanists, they tend to reverse this, and instead of 322, they use the code of 223. I've noticed they use that in reverse far more frequently, 223 than 322. So what's interesting about this was on that same day, November 10th, when Lamar Jackson finished with 223 passing yards, he did this interview after the game, and he was wearing this prominently white and black Versace sweater. Where have we seen that white and black before? Of course, in Freemasonry, as so many people know, the classic black and white checkerboard duality, light and darkness. So if you think I'm just pulling a random picture, here's the official YouTube interview from the Baltimore Ravens webpage. November 10th, there you see it is. Same day as this game, and let me see if I can get the date here. Yeah, November 10th, 2019, so there you see it on the score page with the box score. November 10th, and he's wearing this black and white sweater. And, you know, I'm not a big believer in coincidences. It just seems like an incredible coincidence. He finishes with 223 passing yards and then wears this sweater with these very prominent Freemason colors. So then a few other things that were interesting about this game. Something that really stuck out, Derrick Henry, the key play of the game was his 66 yard run, his 66-yard run. The Titans are the 6th seed. And kind of just apart from the football, something I want to point out I did my last video and something that I like to point out. I've done some other videos on it. We see this 6-6 just repeating all the time in sports. So Kansas is the number 6 team in college basketball. They lost to Baylor last week and fell to number 6. So as the number 16 this week today, they score 66 points in their win, 666. So to me, that Ravens-Titans game was clearly rigged. It just, the look from the eye, to me, it looked like Baltimore was trying to throw the game. But too many coincidences for me to ignore there. So you be the judge on all that. And we'll see how these games go tomorrow. This was another article that came out on ESPN.com. The Year of the Black Quarterback, a series chronicling the rise of black quarterbacks in the NFL. And this whole article is about how Patrick Mahomes is the last black quarterback standing. And this black quarterback, this Year of the Black Quarterback has been a really major storyline the whole year. And, of course, many people has noted the whole year we've been bombarded by these State Farm commercials with Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. And as many people have pointed out, we're in the 100th NFL season, and a lot of people think they're going to rig it to do a homage of the first Super Bowl between Kansas City and Green Bay. That very well could be. I'd say that's the most likely scenario, but keep in mind, San Francisco, the 49ers, if they make the Super Bowl and win it, that'll be their 6th Super Bowl win. So I would be very surprised if the Chiefs are not in the Super Bowl. To me, that's kind of what stands out, looking at the numbers and the storylines and everything. I would be very surprised if it's not rigged for the Chiefs. I think they're the most likely team to get there and to win it, that just based on all the storylines and all the numbers. I think they're going to rig it for the Chiefs to win, or at least to get there. And we'll have to see what happens. It's not real obvious this year. I think the Chiefs-Packers is likely, but I'm not super confident in that. So anyhow, we'll see what happens. But God bless everybody. Have a great